Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
Ryan Seymour, king of the living room again. At Comic Con, I work there, but
I mean, sometimes you need a break, man. You need to escape and be free.
Yep.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks again for shuffling the deck this week. The class that I taught was fantastic. I'm really going to miss them, so I hope I get to teach with them in the future because they were so cool and so energetic. I love it. Before we get started, though, there's a number of things that industry-wise have come out, and let's just lead up with the biggest one. It was announced that legendary creator, I don't even want to just say artist, legendary creator, George Perez announced that he has terminal cancer. And that, I mean, you talk about cancer sucks and just, but what a way to face it, though. He's like, look, I can undergo chemo and stuff like that. He's like, but I would rather just spend quality time with my family.
Yeah, which is just amazing. The courage it takes to make that decision.
Yes.
The loss that will be felt.
Oh my goodness.
When the inevitable happens. Because his work. Yeah.
Right.
It's
like
crazy.
pick a company and know that he has influence there. Like without question. Pick a company, somebody can be like, yeah, I do this because of George Perez.
Oh yeah.
It's no two ways about it. I do love, so for the longest time, obviously, like everybody else, I knew him as George Perez. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until I met him that I found out that it's actually Perez. Like that's how you say it, like Paris, France of sorts. It was amazing. So yeah, much love to him and his family. His wife is a sweetheart. I mean, literally, she is wonderful, and I've given them all kinds of strength and glory because they deserve it. Without question.
And if you're watching and you don't know of George's work, I really, really recommend just doing a quick Google search. Just do an image search. You see how amazing his stuff is, and then search out some of the titles. So a lot of it is seminal work that will be collected in trade paperback.
Absolutely.
And you will not be disappointed. It's just,
without
it's
question.
Such a loss.
What is your favorite George Perez work?
God, that's tough, really.
Like let's put you on the spot right now.
Yeah, the cover that stands out the most to me, the Infinite Crisis or Crisis on Infinite Earths, where it suits holding Supergirl.
Of course.
That one. I was like, because I don't think it was just that moment in my life, like how old I was, and then like everything else going on. There's just something about it because he captured like basically the equivalent of a living god, just.
Devastated, right?
So that one, his Titans, geez, there's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing that I can think of that isn't.
I get it.
It isn't amazing. But his DC stuff, I think, to me, stands out as my favorite for his.
For me, I'm on the other side of the fence. It's his run on Avengers that I literally adore.
That run doesn't get as much love as he deserves.
Oh my god, and it does not. My favorite one, what is it? Volume 3, issue 22. It's that spot where Thor, I think Cap, Iron Man, Black Widow. No, not Black Widow. Black Panther is there, and I'm missing somebody else. But they bust in on Ultron, and Thor gives that line, "Ultron, we would have words with thee." So good. But yeah, I mean, Infinity Gauntlet, he did the art for that. So much stuff. So, I mean, George is, when we say legend, that is an understatement. Right now. Without question. And he will truly live on forever and ever with his artwork and pages. It's absolutely amazing. So tomorrow, I'm on the road for C2E2. It's going to be my last show of the year. And I'm kind of nervous, man. Chicago in December, like I'm afraid of what kind of cold I'm walking into.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be windy,
right? I'm so nervous.
This is weird. Like if you've never been to Chicago and like you hear it's the Windy City, that's not like false advertising.
No. That is a legit condition. But if you guys are there, come check me out. Table V7, Vantage in House 7. Think about it. That's where I'm going to be. And I'm gonna be representing hardcore, baby. Lots of You Create material, and we'll have some great stocking stuffers if you have some last minute Christmas gifts that you want to get. So definitely that. Do you guys got something going on in the shop this weekend?
This is like the one weekend we don't recently. I don't think we do this week. Yeah, so calm before the storm is all the holiday stuff gets going.
Yeah, buddy.
Because we had FSK last weekend.
We sure did. That was fun. It was
good times. Very good times.
Next week.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that just the amount of talented creators in the room for that was amazing.
It was fantastic. I mean, we got some pull,
Mm-hmm.
We got some reach, it's Comic Town. Comic Town is a draw. Freestyle Comics is a draw. Columbus is a draw. So you put it all together.
Mixes together.
Boom. That's what it is. Obviously, next week we've got No Way Home, which is huge. But what dropped this week was Across the Spider-Verse, the trailer for the new the sequel to Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. That's some of the best spider stuff. And I was the person that refused to order big on the first Spider-Gwen just because it's Gwen Stacy. She's dead. Hi, hope.
Right.
I was wrong. And the way that they did Miles in that first movie, the way they did Gwen in that, there's none of the spider characters they didn't do perfectly.
Right.
It's just some of the best Marvel period.
I agree, without question. So all of that spider goodness to build up to No Way Home coming out next week. I can't wait to see that one. I think we're going to try to do something in-house that will allow for us to enjoy that ahead of time. Yeah, that's right. If you're part of the show, you would be one of the cool kids that might get to see stuff a little early. That's all I'm saying. So
we get to see live action Miles.
I think we will.
I think we will too.
I got to be honest, as much as everybody's like Toby and Andrew, I literally think we're going to get Miles and Gwen.
Yeah. No, those are the characters that my kids are the most hyped for. Because they're caught, it's Peter Parker. That's Dad's Spider-Man. Miles and Gwen, though, that's ours. So
I love that. Okay, so we've read some amazing books.
Yes.
I know I did. I don't remember what your list was, but I've got a fairly decent honorable mentions set up here. So I'm curious, do you want to go first?
Let's see.
I'm gonna look at your list because I know you sent me a picture. I'm gonna look and see what you've got here. Let's see what
it's tough, I got two.
Same.
I've got two definite acrylic.
Okay.
One specific one I know is my book of the week.
Ooh. I wonder if it's the same one that I'm picking.
I don't know. I don't know if you grabbed that one. I think it's the same publisher, but I don't know that you grabbed it.
Ooh, let's see, because we've got 4 that are the same.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've read 4 that are the same. All right, well, let's start with this. Where did you land on Lunar Room?
Liked it, but that was part of my honorable mention.
Okay, let's talk about it. it, because same for me. All right, so this is from Vault. We've got let's run it down. Danny Lore, Gio Esposito, and DJ Chavez, and World on Letters. So Lore's name I wasn't totally familiar with initially, but apparently Danny Lore's wrote a bunch of stuff. She's got a ton of things on her resume, a load. So it really kind of made, and I looked that up after the fact because I felt like this book is trying to do a lot in a little bit of room.
Yeah.
I don't know if I loved all of the executions, but I appreciate the gusto for shooting for this.
It's a lot. There's a lot thrown at you very quickly, but I think issue 2 will be, to say better is sounds like I'm denigrating this book, but
I get that.
I think this is so foundational. Now that we know the world, we know the players in it, I think the story really will kick into high gear. That's probably a better way to say it. With issue 2, it's such an interesting thing. So you got technology, you got magic, you've got light, you got werewolves, but they're bound. They can't change anymore, which I think is really interesting.
It's very interesting.
And that sounds like a recipe for someone to get torn in half at some point.
Oh, I hope so. I mean, if they don't, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Like really upset. The way this book is set up though, it's got individualized chapters within the issue that are, a varying number of pages each. And I think that's a very interesting way to cover a lot of ground in one small space. And the only reason why I look at it and say that it's not necessarily my favorite is because there's another book that does that this week that I think does that really, really well. And by comparison, this one isn't as good. But not to say that this
it was really, really solid.
Yeah. I really love this logo design. Like whoever did that, I adore this.
It's amazing. Like Vault is doing killer stuff right now, and they're going out of their way to help retailers find their ceiling for sales. So, like if you're looking for something that isn't like the big, the big couple Marvel DC, and you want to try something different, Vault, Black Mass, awesome. Aftershock. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff out there.
I love it. No, that's awesome. Yeah, this one was a fun one. If you're into werefolk, somewhat fantasy, a little tech sort of stuff, I think you'll dig this one. So definitely check this out. That was a really good one. What's another one that you want to go for?
This one is going to be honorable mentions, if only because there is so much stuff that I can't say because of the zero spoiler aspect of the show. Aftershock Comics, Tales of Mother F. Goose.
I wanted to grab that one, but I was like, I already have 6.
Right? Oh my gosh. So we got Frank Terry, Joe Eisma, Matt Ernst, and Carlos Mangual. It is a hard-boiled gangster story using characters from the Mother Goose, Grimm Fairy Tales,
love it,
but in a hyper real world setting.
Oh my god, that's so perfect.
It's hysterical, it's violent, and I 3 blind mice in bondage gear, but they're human. Yeah, that's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay. Well played. That's incredible.
It was fantastic.
Okay, so my next one from AWA Upshots, Knighted, number 2. This is 2 of 5. This is Greg Hurwitz, Mark Texiera, and Brian Reber. I just grabbed this one. What did I read last week from AWA that was promoting this? And I can't think of what that is, but it was in the back of it. And I was like, ooh, that cover, I really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I came into comics in the 90s, and some text is like, it's a trigger for me. If I see Mark Texiera, I'm gonna pick it up and I want to look at it because his work on, Black Panther, Sabretooth, like Wolverine, all these different titles that he worked on were seminal to my readership as a kid. So love his stuff. This, I'm coming in issue 2, so I'm really kind of at a loss. It looks like there is a Batman-esque hero who has mysteriously died, and the guy that is seemingly responsible has to take his place. So think the Santa Claus meets Batman. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna tell you. That's let it ride. It's wild. But we've got like near Dark Knight Returns mutants that are wrecking stuff in the city, causing trouble. It's kind of amazing. It's really kind of amazing. So if you want, kind of a crazy, grungy, old school 90s comic, there it is. Right there. Like, grab that, read that, enjoy that, because I did. Yeah,
it's good stuff. AWA is like another one that's just doing killer stuff.
Yeah. It's Hotel. That's what it was. Hotel.
Yes, yeah. Okay. Yes. Yeah. We'll come back to that one here on my acrylics. So this one was a tough one because these two were really, really close for me. It's tough. All right, I'll go just because there's only 3 spots in the acrylic. Furthest Place from here, number 2.
Wow. Did you read that one? I did. And that was actually on my acrylic list. So keep going. Let's go.
Well, no, I can go with my other one.
What was your other one? Just out of curiosity.
Buffy.
Oh, dude, that one is my honorable mention. Swear to God.
Okay.
That's so funny.
All right, let's do that.
Okay.
The Last Slayer, Buffy. Old woman Buffy.
Okay, can I make a I never really watched the show.
Okay.
So that wasn't my jam.
Yeah.
Now, through my career as a moderator, I've met a ton of the cast members. I've hosted panels with them, so I know a lot.
Yeah.
But I didn't really watch the show. I watched the movie.
Okay.
I know it's very different.
Yeah.
But this intrigued the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like, just in general, I was like, the last... Oh.
Yeah.
Then reading it.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is dope.
It's Buffy in her 50s.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like some kind of, I don't know, apocalypse or maybe reckoning, where there's like a world where vampires and humans peaceably coexist. Sort of.
But first, let's give a shout out to the creative team: Casey Gilly, Joe Jaro, and Joanna LaFuente.
Yeah.
There's a little blurb on the front inside cover that says that this is an alternate universe in a not so distant future. So take some of the things that you know of Buffy and know that they're about to get twisted, like hella twisted. But yeah, the setup is that there is a tenuous treaty, we'll say, between humans and vamps, or extra humans as they're called here. That's it's hard out here for a Slayer.
Real fantastic. The scene with the there was the stage presentation, we'll say. There was the eyeball equivalent of an episode of Maury Povich. That was pretty solid. It's so good. Like it captures like Buffy's energy and channels it through like more like she's seen some stuff. She has been around a while, and it's this new mature vision that she's got, and stuck in a situation that just sucks to be a Slayer.
Helen Mirren as Buffy. Somebody make that happen.
Let's do it.
That's all I'm asking.
Oh, perfect.
I'm just giving that to you, internet. Run with it. Twitter finger it. Make it happen. Because I think that would be so fun to just see her raw. This is how I feel in this world that I'm in.
It's because it's weird to think about, but Sarah Michelle Gellar
is getting up there. She is getting up there. Oh, isn't she?
So like it wouldn't
be too far off the mark.
Yeah, she could bring that same.
I mean, give her some makeup to age her just a little. But yeah. But no. I think you're kind of right though, because Sarah Michelle is a little younger than Helen Mirren. So ideally speaking, she would be able to do a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe run the series a little longer. Maybe this needs to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all for this. Yeah. Let's bring Sarah Michelle Gellar back for Buffy, the Last Vampire Slayer. Make it happen. Okay, since it was on the list for you, let's talk about this beautiful. What's the furthest place from here? Okay, so let's see. Tyler Boss, Matthew Rosenberg. Again, this is a rated T for teens book, so it's not super kid friendly. It's got very nihilistic tones to it.
Really good,
but super dope. Super dope. I love the intro piece that tells you who everybody is with this fun infographic, which I think is amazing. And this is the book that I was referencing that has chapters that I think does it a little better, a little punchier of breaks to make it, more significant when the chapter switches. Yeah,
because stuff does, if like it changes when you go from chapter to chapter.
Right.
The scene changes. Art is so cool.
It's super dope. It's super dope.
Yeah, 'cause it's this weird story where adults aren't around anymore, and it's just kids and teenagers living in a city, but like there's the boys in blue who are basically the police. You've got the kids that live in the record store who are protagonists. You got the bankers, or they call them big business in this.
Yeah, big business.
And each of them have their own identity, their own, like, you can't go in our territory. There's like rules and laws. And there's the people called the strangers that are like orchestrating everything from
They've overseen all this stuff.
They're totally cool with it. They provide sustenance.
Right.
But like, I don't think they're benevolent. Like, we don't know.
Right. It's hard to say. This is super Lord of the Flies. But in groups. And it's really kind of an interesting play on, because these are kids that are growing up in a, not too distant future, but they have a sincere lack of information about some of the key feats of the world. Like there's things that they just don't understand how it works, where it comes from. They just know that it is. And they abide by those rules because they've been instructed to. So it's really kind of interesting in terms of an alternative comic. I love it. It's not superheroes. It's not fights and tights. It is something a little bit more grounded, but at the same time, ethereal, like without question.
Like Umbrella Academy, Lord of the Flies, and Dark World. Like,
I like that.
Just kind of all there. It's quirky. It's smart. It's really cool. It's one. It should be selling hundreds of copies everywhere.
I'm kind of looking at it like a punk version of the Maze Runner.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. I'm going to just sprinkle some of that on there. And definitely pick that one up, because this is another one of those books, Image Comics, that is not the norm, but that's why this should work, because this is not anything that you pick up because you're bored with general comic, or this is what you pick up because you're bored with general comics and you want something new. Grab this, and that's an Excite Bike ready to ride. Like, let's go. I think we have two left, and we only have one that's the same. I think the one that's the same is your book of the week. Is that your book of the week? Am I right?
No.
Oh, let's go. Okay, let's talk. What do you pick? What's your next book
of the week
you want to talk about?
And this is John Lees. Did Hotel last week. Also from AWA. Alex McCormack. Alex Cormack. Ashley Cormack. Crimson Cage. Now, I was born in 75. I'm a child of the 80s. And coming up, that's when I was watching wrestling the most. Professional wrestling. And it was before WWE kind of bought up all the different areas and regions. And you still had local regional promotions, like having like CDs, wrestling magazines in Kroger's to read about it, like everybody else in the different areas. And this takes place in the 70s or 80s. Wrestling. Regional wrestling in Louisiana. Macbeth. Yes.
Oh. Okay. This is some literature. That's what you're telling me. Okay.
Well, let's Miss Elizabeth will say is Lady Macbeth.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
It's awesome is what it is. It was so
Macho
good.
Man is Macbeth?
Well, it's just like it's this character Chuck Frenzy, and his wife woman is just like, you're gonna be the next dude. You got to step up. You're gonna be world championship. You got to get us out of Louisiana. And
that's amazing. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, dang it. Okay. I didn't read that. I did not read that.
So good.
So I gotta. You're absolutely right. I gotta, because what I did read was Inferno, part 3. Hickman, Silva, Caselli, Sheedy, De Benedetto, Curiel. Yo, this is getting wild. You talk about Shakespearean crosses on double crosses. The whole impetus here is that Mystique, in her longing for her lost love, Destiny, has orchestrated to bring her back. And she was like the one mutant that was not to be brought back on Krakoa, because her abilities to see the future and predict things would key her into some of the machinations that Professor X, Magneto, and the Secret, Moira McTaggart, were doing that not everybody knew about. In this, we are seeing how people's own personal plans to do things are in fact colliding with potential catastrophic outcomes on Krakoa. Like, and when I say everybody, from Doug and Warlock to the Sentinel program, like everybody's doing a thing and it's coming to a head, like hardcore.
Yeah, it's only a 4-issue, right? So like,
is it only 4?
I think it's only a 4. Right, but it's some of the best.
I mean, that's the way to do that.
Yeah,
that's the way to do that.
It's some of the best X stuff in forever. So good.
I believe this, right? Like, this gives me all the feels of like Extinction Agenda, Phalanx, Covenant. Like, granted, they were 90s crazy, but they were fun.
Oh yeah,
and this is giving me that same vibe. So, okay. Now, I just knew this next one was going to be your book of the week. But I didn't read the other book that is your book of the week, because this one's my book of the week.
This would have been, had I not read Crimson Cage.
That's fair. That's fair.
God.
Yo.
Damn.
Yo.
Tom Taylor.
Why you do it to us so good, Tommy T? Tommy T. What you doing, man? Okay. Dark Knights of Steel, issue 2 of 12. The idea that we have 10 more issues of this.
Right.
Makes me feel things in my man parts. Okay. In this world, Jor-El and Lara stuffed themselves in the capsule that came to Earth while Lara was still like giving birth to Kal-El. So they're literally like, he's born on Earth. They immediately get powers and take over a kingdom. Let's just put it what it is.
As one would.
Right. Like, clearly, if I'm going to safeguard myself, this is what we do. But hanging over everyone's head is this prophecy that is being interpreted as though their presence is the problem. And where we left last issue, a lot of stuff revealed.
Yes.
Before Jor-El gets a shiny green arrow, pun intended, to the eye.
Gets smoked like a pack of Benson and Hedges.
Ooh, man. Menthol lights, baby. Menthol lights.
Yeah.
This one's picking up immediately after, and this becomes one of those who's who of, can you recognize who this character is?
Yeah.
And
and it's such that part, the Easter egg type stuff is such a nod to DC fans, but it also kind of gives you like the world is different in this world. Like, oh my gosh, because Constantine's amazing.
Oh my God.
As the whatever his job is. Harley is amazing as a jester. Dude, I feel bad for Bruce.
He's in a place.
Like,
I'm going to tell you, the person I feel the worst for in this whole thing is Rain. That was like, what? Yeah. Like, come on. He didn't know. He had nothing to do with it.
And he had no chance.
None. Like, Yasmin Putri is doing the art on this.
Oh,
and I have to give a shout out. There is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so technically page 5 of the story, but page 6 in the actual count.
Yeah.
There is a 3-panel piece that is so well done, it stood out how well done it is. Like, if you could do an Eisner for a sequence, I would just do that little strip and
just submit that.
So it's comic storytelling at its finest. You literally have 3 actions happening in one scene that, by the way that they're broken down in panels, it all works. And that's supposed to be impossible, but it's so perfectly done. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, there's a couple in this that I know Tom.
That.
I know he's going to mess with them.
I never thought of that couplage though.
Right?
Why have I never thought that coupling? Like,
it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
It fits. Like, they're two.
Who could beat them?
Nobody.
Not a single soul. It would be over. And
if either of the two got messed with, the levels of wrath and violence that the other
would bring.
No. Yeah.
Because you saw how the one reacted.
Yeah.
And that was off of some hearsay. Like, that's not even like confirmation.
Yeah.
These are your orders.
Here's all the proof that you need. Like, I'm just gonna.
I feel it here. I feel it here. And this is what I'm gonna go do.
Yeah. They just bright burned the crap out of somebody.
Amazing. Okay, so now I really have to read the Cages one. If that toppled this from your book of the week, I got to read that.
And that just like the 46-year-old wrestling geek in me, because the Dark Steels. Oh my God, Dark Knights of Steel. It was just so
it's ridiculously good.
Just I fully get the level. Oh God, because there's like restraint being showed by some people that I was not expecting, oh wow, yeah, because there's
it's good.
And we haven't. There's still a group we haven't seen yet.
Oh, there's a ton that we haven't seen yet. So I'm really interested in exploring some of the other kingdoms.
Yeah,
that will come through here. Like,
got 10 more issues.
I can't wait. This was good. As always, we had a blast reading these. We hope you guys picked up some great books. In the comments below, let us know what you read that we read or that we didn't, that we need to be put onto, because
there were a ton of books this week and we just haven't had a chance yet. So just let us know how we need to correct ourselves.
Absolutely. And if you enjoyed our review, hit that thumbs up, because we need that. You know, we need the algorithms to favor us, to show us in all the places. Yeah. And obviously, if you really liked it,
you can hit subscribe and the Taco Bell button. It won't get you Taco Bell, but it'll get you something even better. It'll get us.
If you come to Comic Town, there's a Taco Bell like near it, so you can.
Which was actually part of my reasoning for moving there. I'm not gonna lie. There's a Taco Bell in the parking lot. I had no choice. I'm chubby.
No. Not all heroes wear capes, bro. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You know, and maybe you don't have a bad signal, but you got a Taco Bell. And that's what matters, baby. That's what matters. Oh my God. Till next week, y'all. We'll have a good one. You have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye.